funnily enough, the closest we came to TV, so we used to be part of like a sketch troupe, if you like. It was a monthly show in Leeds called The Not So Late Show with Ross and Josh. And it was a spoof late night chat show, and we would come on and we would play characters. You know, like Paul played the boy who cried wolf and was coming on to talk about Aesop's Fables. But because of a booking error, I was there as Wolf from Gladiators. And they had to go ahead with the interview. And one of the characters we had, I played Freddie Mercury, right? And so I'd go full moustache and had a gold coat on and no T-shirt. But the joke was Freddie Mercury wasn't just alive and well; he was alive and Welsh.
Because he can do a really good Welsh accent.
So he really stretched this out.
You've got to use that. If you're good at something, use it.
So the joke was that I hadn't really died. I'd just moved home to Merthyr Tydfil, and I would play songs on the piano like "All We Hear Is Radio Gaga Gok." It's painful, right?
Yeah, terrible.
Anyway, at some point we decided let's film a bit of a teaser. You can see this on YouTube. It's a 5-minute short called Finding Freddie, and it's me going around my parents' cottage as Freddie Mercury speaking with a Welsh accent. And we sent this out with a bit of a treatment thing, and BBC Three got in touch and were like, "Come down, we want to talk to you about this." Wow. So I thought, TV's easy, isn't it? And we went down for this meeting in London. We're sitting in this meeting room, and there's a commissioner, and there's like his deputy, I suppose. The deputy's really nice. He's asking us about the world, but the commissioner is sort of sitting there. He's got his phone out, and he's honestly like it's the worst. He's just like this. The whole meeting. Yeah. And we're trying to explain, this is, well, you know, Freddie Mercury lives in Wales, he's still alive, he lives in Merthyr Tydfil. Dusty Springfield runs the pub.
We went to World, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
It was all full of populated by dead pop stars who weren't really dead. They were, in fact, they'd just gone to retire to a village.
To Wales, yeah.
A very loose conceit.
Yeah. Elvis Presley was an Elvis impersonator. So we were explaining all of this. We put quite a bit of work in, to be fair, and I'm thinking, I don't believe this. At my first attempt, I'm basically going to star in a sitcom. And the TV is so easy. Which the commissioner turned around, so it's close to the end of the meeting, he suddenly pipes up, he goes, "Yeah, what are you going to do when your main character dies of the AIDS?" Like, he's alive! He doesn't have to. That's the joke. So that was as close as we came to TV.
Yeah. I don't spoiler alert as well. We didn't get a commission.
Didn't get a commission.
No, that wasn't commissioned.
Well, the last TV meeting I had was like we got to the point. I wrote so many sitcoms. I put them all up on Substack. I'm putting one up a month on Substack as an extra thing, and I think I've got enough to last like a year or two of sitcom scripts I've written that haven't been made. But the last one I did was that we went to a taster tape. We had Noel Fielding in it. We had Jessica Knappett in it and Doc Brown in it, and everyone who did it really loved it. They said no. Noel Fielding saw the commission, the editor, and said, "Why? How did you turn that down? It was brilliant." So we had another meeting. They called me in for another meeting. I thought, this is good. It's going to be fine. Noel saved it, and then they just gave me all the same criticisms they'd given to me that they hadn't listened. And I said, "I just don't think you understand this what this is." And the meeting, I've never experienced it before. The meeting, everyone stood up and went, as the meeting was going on, and went out the door. All of us. Oh. So we, they got up and we just moved out of the room, and that was the end of the meeting.
Oh, no. We had an awkward one. Actually, the most recent awkward one was when we thought we were going down for just an informal chat with Channel 4.
Yeah.
Just a cup of tea. You know, we're down in London, let's have a little cup of tea with a comedy lot. And we went into this room, and there were about 10 people sat down opposite us. And they thought we were pitching to them. And we were just, I'd never
We
felt
had nothing.
We had nothing. It was like, you know, like a fucking test dream or anxiety dream. It was like that. Felt like I had no pants on. And we were just like, well, yeah, monkey tennis? Which is an Alan Partridge reference. Do you get that? You wrote Alan Partridge, didn't you?
I created him. So, I created the character. But so, you know, I think that you've created this thing that is very much your own. I suppose that's it. It's just it's what, you know, how you monetize it. I suppose just how you live.
Yeah.
But it does feel like it's you're putting them out pretty regularly every week.
Yeah, we try and do it every Friday. But sometimes, Richard, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really hard. But so we sort of got back into it after Christmas. We had a bit of a lull. But the whole point of them originally was we did what we call the real daily briefing, which was us extending that one idea of the COVID briefing for a very long time. And then when they'd long finished, we thought, okay, we need to come up with something else. The whole point of Broken News was that it wasn't meant to be political. And then the last one's about the Labour government. So I think we fucked that, didn't we?
Yeah, and the best performing ones are political. So I think we sort of found our audience, and now they're not going to let us go and do cultural satire somewhere else.
You can do it because the podcast one is, when we announced the podcast one had just come out, where two people having podcasts and someone talking off mic and all that sort of stuff. So
the really awkward thing about that was I hadn't seen this, but on the morning, so I repost old Broken Newses to our Twitter and Blue Sky and blah, 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 whatever. And 9 a.m. I thought, we haven't done this one in a while. The one about it's called two celebrities start a low effort podcast to make some money. Later that morning, Matt Lucas and David Walliams announced their podcast called Making a Scene. And I thought, if they see this, they're going to think we're absolutely... Anyway, someone copied Matt Lucas in to our tweet going, fucking hell, boys, you turn this round quick. And then... And then Matt Lucas followed us on Twitter, and I WhatsApped you. I just went, shit. He's seen it. He's going to think we're taking the piss out of him, but he was lovely about it. He was lovely about it.
I think they're so well put together and they're so funny. I don't think anyone would be upset about it. And it is fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
The biggest example of that was we did one about how cyclists were going to break off and create a new master race with Jeremy Vine as their overlord and saviour.
Fucking hell.
And Jeremy Vine shared it and went, I love this. Who's going to be in my cabinet?
But the one subsection of society you should never wrong.
Yeah.
Cyclists.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The vitriol from them. Some of them are evil people.
They were so furious. And I think one of the lines was something like, cyclists with their creamy cock and balls in tight lycra.
It was an excuse to basically just really graphically describe the outline of a man's throbbing cock and balls in lycra.
Someone had a real problem with that, and we were trying to say, do you want to calm down? We're just joking about cocks and balls. And they were like, no, it's serious. You want us to die.
Many cyclists die. Are you happy with this? No, it's not about that.
And when they die, their cock and balls are visible to the
splayed on the pavement for all to see.
Do you think that's funny?
Is this funny?
Spread over a metre.
The cock? Has it disintegrated or is it just one massive cock?
It's been spread, hasn't it?
Like smeared? By the wheels of a lorry? Disgusting.
Anyway, Jeremy Vine is a monthly supporter of ours now.
Are we allowed to say that? He works for the BBC.
I think that's okay.
He's allowed to support you.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Celebrity.
But what is great about it is that you'll find yourself having conversations with people and you go, am I... we were having a chat with Tom York on Twitter DMs. I'm like, how's that happened?
Wow.
I'm sorry, that was such a name drop.
No, but this is what I'm saying is weird. Our company's called Northern Imposters and we feel like massive imposters. Right? I don't know what I'm doing on this stage, for example. But, and then you're having I was WhatsApping Carol Vorderman the other day. And I'm like, how was...
He's having an affair with her.
How was that happen? That would be nice.
What would?
Listen.
What would be nice? You're a happily married man. Does Michelle know?
She supports it.
Oh, well. Very modern.
Because we have to do other jobs, and I work on a thing called the Leeds International Festival, right? And Carol Vorderman was coming to do a thing on it last year.
Okay.
And I was meeting her and doing some sort of behind-the-scenes stuff. And she was...
Oh, no.
Oh, God. So... she was going on stage to do a talk with Self-Esteem,
I do know
the singer,
Self-Esteem,
and they were talking about misogyny and abuse of women online, right? Well, Self-Esteem gets stuck on a train and is not going to make it to Leeds on time,
okay.
And we're nearly ready to go on stage, and Carol Vorderman's like, well, Larry could do it. I'm like, I'm going to walk out there and start talking about misogyny and abuse of women online. This is not going to work. Anyway, Carol was very keen, but thank God, self-esteem turned up at like 1 minute to 8 and just went on the stage and was brilliant. So I had a lovely time with Carol backstage at the Leeds Playhouse.
Okay.
in her changing room.
And it gave a lot of stuff they could talk about misogyny and the abuse of women.
They based the entire thing.
I was backstage with this producer salivating.
Sorry.
Good. So fame hasn't changed you guys at all.
It's changed him. I'm the same.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.